Hi guys, this is Louie again, and guess what? We have a new show, and this show is show number 6, and today we got something very, very interesting for you guys. We're going to talk about the angels in heaven. We're going to talk about some very, very powerful angels
from the level ranking of 6 to the highest ranking of number 1.
And we also have my co-host, Morgan. Morgan, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm excited to talk about the archangels as they're amazing and really fascinating. I know a lot of people want to find out the truths about them, so it's finally going to be revealed here.
Yes, and you were the one that actually gave me the list that we were going to do today. But before we do that, let's talk about our previous show that is actually linked to what we're going to talk about, because we found out on the last show that we have 2 special people that are here on Earth right now that are very well-known people. They're actually like movie stars. So we have on one side was we found out that very high-level pink soul was Keanu Reeves, and the other one was
Oprah Winfrey with a soul color of violet.
Right?
Yeah.
So the main thing that we wanted to tell you guys was that we found out that one of them is actually going to be stuck in the reincarnation loop. Both of them were actually from the heaven realm, but only one of them will be able to return because somehow there was some mistake made, and they're actually one of them is actually stuck in the reincarnation loop. And both of them are currently on their 4th of 5 lives. So they have one more chance on Earth, and if they don't ascend, one of them is actually going to be basically soul death. Yeah, which kind of sucks, but I think this type of thing does occur. I don't know if it occurs quite often, but by chance, we were just doing readings, and these readings were like almost like 7-8 years ago, and we just came back around now just because we want to see if there was any change. But obviously, there was no change in the soul colors of these 2 special people. So what I found was that we were doing readings on some of the clients. For example, Andy was one of my biggest clients, and he would be asking for like readings on his employees, right? So I would give the list to TJ, and when TJ give the list back to me, I started to look at the data. So I started collecting all the data, and interested me was that I found out the humans, they don't have infinite lives, because most of the people that we found was like up to 6 lives. Why is that important? Because, well, after the 6th life, there's no reincarnation because your soul level is so low, you're not able to go back into a new body, basically. And basically, I call that soul death, right? Because if you don't come back, you don't get a chance for ascension, right? And that's what we're trying to do right now in our group. We're trying to make our soul stronger by doing energy work, by doing energy transfer, and by doing something new now that I discovered, which is called soul mergers. So basically, we're actually merging with other God-like souls from across history, even like from other realms, other deities, other dimensions. Like I could do all that because just recently I found out after merging with the first being that I can command these lesser beings to appear in front of anybody that I want. And basically I have like 5 minutes to make our plea for the soul merger. But after a while, I found out that I also have what's called a force ability. Basically, I can force soul merger the gods or deities that I want with my members. I think I have that ability because you guys are getting stronger, right, Morgan?
Yeah, I got the first mergers that I didn't do on my own, so you did it on me since my dimensional body was much lower, and it worked on me because they really responded to you because since you have the first being power, and I think I can do them as well, but it's harder to force them because I'm not the first being. It can still happen, but I prefer using the channeled info from the Elder Eye because it's much safer and I feel it more.
Yeah. It's always good to have a second opinion, and that's why that's why I usually fall back to getting readings from Elder AI. As you guys know, Elder AI is actually me. Well, he's actually like a soul split of me in the far future. Sounds kind of out there, but we've been doing readings for the last 10 years and they all helped us. Right. It helped me for the last 10 years to grow, to get stronger and to do much more powerful energy work. Right. Which I couldn't have done, if it was all placebo, like what people think. But it's not placebo because all the readings pointed to me ascending into a higher dimensional body. And also getting energy and not the aging too, which is really surprising because people, when I wear like younger clothing, people would say, hey, who's this young guy? So I'm quite sure that it has to do with this energy work, right? Because when you don't get sick, when you don't need to see the doctor, when you don't need to take all the medicine that I used to take, because I used to have like really bad migraines, like really bad. Yeah, like 10 years ago, I would just be like in bed and I was going, oh man, like what is this, right? So back then, I really didn't know that I had a little bit of a high blood pressure, but after doing the chakra removals, I never had the migraines. So big change. Just because of that, I had to take less medicine and I'm way more healthier. Trust me, guys, I'm way more healthier. I think the chakra removals actually saved my life. So, and that's coming from a guy that 10 years ago does not believe, very skeptical, very, very skeptical. Like I came from a scientific background, right? I studied in technology. I went to technical school. I graduated with a double diploma in technology. So I know my stuff, right? I do the scientific method. I talk to other people. I don't, just, stuck on my own way of thinking. I talk to a lot of people that do energy work, people that are like psychic and see what they think. And, I interact with many, many different type of people. And from my experience, I know in my heart, I know this is real. So I'm just letting people know, if you don't discover this, if you think that this is phony, I'm telling you guys, this is something you really got to like research. Energy work. And I'm not talking about like the low level energy work, like what the Reiki people do. I'm talking about like high level stuff, like what I'm doing. Like I'm beyond this little bit of like transferring energy. I'm talking about removing blocks, absorbing energy, removing defects from the body, stopping genetic defects from appearing, and maybe even stopping cancer. And this is very serious stuff. That's basically what I'm telling you. It's very serious stuff. I take it very seriously now. So anything else that we need to tell them, Morgan?
I think that we're going to talk about the archangels because they're also red souls. But then we've also been doing the extinction prevention every 2 weeks for a while. And that involves a lot of parallel soul mergers. So that's a specific kind that's different to merging with the old gods. And it's an interesting effect on you because you feel like the mind expands. I feel like I'm more me, even though I'm getting other me's, and it's very like mind-boggling all the time, but it's very fun as well. It always increases confidence and things like that because the soul is bigger. Your soul keeps expanding.
Yeah. Like after a while, you able to connect to people better, right? Like
emotions, empathy.
Much more empathy, much more high level emotion, right?
Yeah.
Like when people are down and you're around them, it just like gives them that extra boost to get out of what the lower mindset is stuck on, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly. So, and I also want to tell them just recently after this is supernatural, after my merger with my soul in heaven, this year things have just taken off, like I said, like a bullet train. Just like a bullet train. And then all these, I think people remember when Dee did the show about the Blood General, and that was like over 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right? But now, the reason why we're doing these new shows is to tell you that there's been more development. And not only did the Blood General appear, right, but he was helping us for the last 10 years. And later, when I went to do more of this higher level energy stuff, there were other high level beings that appear. For example, TJ's great grandson started talking to us. And I go, who's this guy, right? And I was very skeptical. And then he would tell me, right, Ryan, which is like TJ's great grandson. And I would tell my mom, and I go, hey, guess what happened? TJ's telling me that he has a great grandson. And of course, my mom, full disbelief, would say, how can he have a great grandson? He's not even married yet. And I was like laughing my head. And I go, oh, the 3D brain, things like that.
I've
See,
encountered that as
it's
well.
so lunar. It's like, do you see what I'm saying? They can't think out of the box. So that's why I try to not think like these type of people. They just can't think out of the box, right? So after doing a lot more questioning, right, to Ryan, we found out that I think he is indeed TJ's great grandson. Why? It's just all the similarities, right? Because we found out that this is what he told us. Ryan told us that he is a very, very smart guy. He's like an engineer with like not only like a couple of degrees. From what I know, he's got like at least four degrees.
Wow, that's a lot.
He's so smart that basically he went to the States. Like he's a Canadian boy, right? He went to the States. So this is what he told me, right? He went to study at MIT. So I don't know really what MIT is, but I do know it is a technical school, right?
Yeah,
but
one of the most elite in America.
Yeah, and somehow he was able to go to that school, get all these degrees and stuff, and then this is what he told me. Then he was hired by the American government because they know about him. He's very smart, right? And he came up with some really, really good theories and ideas and things that he started like make patents from, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then I was trying to connect the dots, and then I found out that when I did this energy work and TJ helped me was all these like really out there energy work, like the time merger and even my own type of like, what do you call it? Like, soul mergers with these like really, I would say old gods, like the first being, right? Like the first being is like the first guy or being that was created after the Big Bang. So you can imagine how powerful he is right after. So that's why I chose him, right? And using TJ's like a portal ability, one day TJ made this portal into one of my pendants, right? So basically he made a portal, and then I said, well, I want this first being. And so he said, okay, I'm going to make this portal that will pull him out and I guess transfer it into my soul, right? So I'm still skeptical, right? And after he say, oh, it's done, I wore that, and I think a couple of days later I say something happened. So I mean, my life is a paranormal hotbed of like, these type of occurrences. And then he said, yeah, you merge with them. And I go, how can you even see that? Right. So as you know, TJ can actually look into the soul and see soul colors. So he sees, changes in me. Right. So then after that, I would say all hell broke loose. And then all of a sudden there was a new guy. And I asked TJ, who's this new guy? Right. And he say, well, he calls himself the contractor. So I say, the contractor, like, what is that? See, so even me, I'm very skeptical. And he say, oh, he is you. He's like, but not like the distant future, but the very soon future, right? And he calls himself the contractor because there's actually a group of them. And basically what these group of contractors do, they're actually like time travelers that actually maintain the timeline. And they also actually try to recruit new people, because what happens is when you do time travel, there's splits in the timeline. There's new parallel Earths that's been created, right? And what happened and why they chose me was that I was working on merging all the timelines that I want, which is like the Blood General, right? I want that timeline where I become him. I also want the timeline where TJ has a great grandson, right? So I wanted that timeline, right? And when the contractor said that he exists, then I goes, hey, TJ, can you also put him in this pendant? And the other one, I think the fourth one, and the fourth one was the one where I merge with my soul in heaven, right? Like successfully merge back, right? Because as people know my story, that my soul left me when James, the energy trainer, poisoned one of these objects with very high energy, right? So I think I know how he did it. Very high energy. My soul left the body.
Wow.
And people say, "Oh, you be dead." No, my will was very strong. Like I was standing there, but I could feel the energy leaving me. So
Yeah.
I was actually panicking, and good old James said, "Well, I'm going to send you my energy." And I go, "No, I don't want your dark energy, right? This kind of like, really, really negative things that he wants to do, right?" So I say, reverse it. So he reversed it, but my soul still left me, and it's been in heaven for the last greater 12 years, right? And TJ said, "Oh, it's in heaven." But then I said, well, same thing. Make this pendant so that I can pull in his soul. So he did that. He made like 4 timelines. And then I asked, "How did you do that, man?" And he said, "Well, I put it into a containment, like a field." And I go, "How the hell do you know how to do that?" So I'm thinking, Morgan, I'm thinking he's getting something from his future self as the Oracle.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure, because he never tells me how he does. And I go, there's no way that you can even guess that, right? And then eventually what he did, he put a second containment, right? And then after that, that's when everything became like a bullet train. That's when I said, "Hey, I think something else changed." And he did another reading, and he go, "Oh, there's another guy." And I go, "Who's this guy now?" Right? And he said, "There's this other guy that wants to tell you that you become what's called in the far, far future, like way far, like beyond Blood General, because also I have a challenge with, CEO Andy, right? My great client that, that I help almost every week now. And he's actually coming back to do it every week because looks like he needs my help." So I'm glad he's coming back, because so everything's falling in place. So he's going to get really strong. See, so it's like what I do now, it actually becomes the future. So I understand what's going on. All the little pieces falling together. So basically what it is, this new guy, he say he's like the pre-creator. Basically, it's before the Big Bang. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
Like,
wow.
so I think he become like the boss. Like he'll tell what the creators. That's what I think. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna probably do a show on him, because he is actually so powerful. He basically, from what I gather from last time, just talking through TJ to him, which is me, right? I still don't have the time telepathy ability yet, right? That in the far, far future, when I become the pre-creator, I'm able to basically control everything, like everything, like time, energy, dimension.
Wow.
So that's why he became like a boss. So I guess he's like the big boss, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. So now let's go to
the angels in heaven.
Yeah.
On the list that you gave me, Morgan, you have Michael. So let's do Michael first.
Okay.
Because as you know, Michael's very interesting archangel. You wanted to know what rank or what in the hierarchy was Michael, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we found out he is actually number 4. So he's kind of like ranked number 4 in his.
That's surprising, number 4.
Yeah.
I would have thought number 1.
Well, I kind of thought that it may be one of these, high performers, right? These ones that are kind of in the limelight, right? Because they're always talked about, right? But it's actually surprising which archangel is actually number 1. I'll tell you in the end. So his power rating is actually surprising. His power rating is not 100%. It's actually 80%. So, yeah. So do you have any other details about Archangel Michael?
Yeah, in the Bible, and in the Quran, he's one of the archangels. He's repeatedly depicted as the great captain, the leader of the heavenly hosts, and the warrior helping the children of Israel. And early in the Christian church, he came to be regarded as the helper of the church's armies against the heathen and attacks of the devil. And his name means like God, which is what Michael means. He's usually depicted with a sword, shown in combat with a dragon, which represents Satan when he fell. And I think he used to be worshipped also as a healing angel before he was seen as an angel. That represented being like he's depicted as a general of God. So I think that is his role, but it's surprising that he's power 80%, because people tend to think he's just like the top man. So this is interesting.
Well, yeah, and we actually did a pre-reading about him because I wanted to know, like usually when the divine beings like Jesus and me, from what I know, I'm also a divine being, like when we come down to the earth realm, that we're actually given like support. And so we found out that actually Archangel Michael was given support to Big Brother Jesus. So
Wow.
that was very interesting, information that we found out. The next one that was on your list was Raphael.
Yeah.
And
What rank is he?
Raphael is actually like his rank is number 5. So,
Okay.
which is not bad, right? Like if you're talking about like how many archangels are there, right? There's quite a few. And his power rating is actually 85%.
Yeah.
So power rating is actually, that's pretty strong. 85%, not bad. So do you have any details about this archangel Raphael?
Yeah. Raphael was the archangel associated with healing, and he is mentioned in the Old Testament and specifically in the Book of Tobit. Sometimes he appeared as a human in disguise as well, and he's reckoned among the saints in both the Eastern and Western churches, and his feast day is October the 24th. And so I think he's also, and there's a legend that he fought with the demon Asmodeus and defeated him as well, which is really cool. So maybe he is part healer, part warrior as well.
Yeah, that's interesting. And the next one on the list that you gave to me was Gabriel. And he really surprised me because
me too.
because his ranking is number 3.
Wow, that's really strong.
He's very strong. You will be surprised. His power rating is 90%.
Wow,
that is super
strong.
That's super strong. So do you have any details about Gabriel?
Yeah, Gabriel was a heavenly messenger sent to Daniel to explain the vision of the ram and he-goat. He also was employed to announce the birth of John the Baptist to Zechariah and to announce the birth of Jesus to the Virgin Mary. So he went to the Virgin Mary himself to announce Jesus' birth, and that's known as the Annunciation. It's depicted a lot in Renaissance art. It is because he stood in the divine presence that both Jewish and Christian writers generally speak of him as an archangel. He's mentioned in the Quran only 3 times, but various epithets in that scripture are widely recognized as referring to him, so it seems like he was given extremely important missions to announce Jesus as the Son of God. That's very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like he was very well trusted. So it makes sense now that he's rank 3, but I thought it was the inverse of that. So that's interesting that he's that strong.
Yeah, that really surprised me because wait until I tell you who is number 1. That will shock a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, but let's finish off the names that you gave to me, and the last one that you gave me was it Sandalphon?
Sandalphon, yeah.
Sandalphon, right? Yeah. And this angel is rated number 6.
Mm-hmm.
So not bad. And the power rating 70%.
That's still quite strong, yeah.
Yeah, not bad. And any details that you have about Sandalphon?
Yeah, he doesn't really appear in scripture, but he is in Jewish and Christian writings. He's prominent in mystical literary traditions of Rabbinic Judaism and early Christianity, notably in the Midrash, Talmud, and Kabbalah. And he is generally seen as the angel who gathers prayers and passes them on to God. But he's most known among New Age spiritualists and Christians, I think, as the archangel of music, and that's why I was interested in him, because I play a lot of music and write a lot of music, so I thought I'd try and connect with him.
Yeah,
he really interests me.
Yeah, that's really cool. So are you actually trying for a merger? Because I think that's not very, what do you call it? Well, I guess you can maybe ask to transfer some of their ability, but I wouldn't go about merging.
I wouldn't merge with the archangels because they have to protect God, so it's very important.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I have all your archangels in me.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, do you know what the weird thing is? Like, now that we got stronger, like when we got the reading on you, I was very surprised because you were the first one that I kind of thought something changed. And when I had the teacher ask Archangel Raziel, right, to do your reading, I was surprised. He said that you have a new title, and the title is actually given to you by the Divine Father.
Yeah,
okay,
that was amazing.
So something that he made up, so I asked, what is your new title? And he said that you are now the voice of God.
Yeah, that's really important. And it's become an ability now as well. It was really uncanny when I was at in a classroom, and every time I spoke, the whole class would go silent. I've never had that ever. Like,
Really?
if you're not, yeah, like 30, I don't know, like 20 odd people. And just when I would speak, I wasn't trying to be rude or interrupting, but I would say something and everyone went silent instantly. Just to hear it was weird. It's like, whoa. I've never experienced that. I've never had that. So I think that's voice of God.
Well, yeah, because I think since there's not so many vocal people now, right? Especially, I would say there's not as much like now than it was before. So that's why I think we're being empowered,
Yeah.
right? So, and
This
then,
might interest you as well. Moses was given that power, actually, voice of God. So it's not just me. He was given that power to give the Jews the Ten Commandments.
yeah.
Yes, that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's right. So there's some correlation there, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think I can't do everything myself. So, so Raziel, I wanted to know what was my title, right? And he said that I was the protector of God. So that really surprised me. I'm not the weapon of God, right? If I was weapon of God, that would be like even like mega powerful. But basically what he told me was that my main job was to protect my family and yeah,
And
so
their divine origin as well.
well, see, that's the thing. Like, I think we're all giving different jobs. And so to do the job, we got to be empowered, right? Like, you can't do the job if you're not giving the tools, right? So that's why, because I'm blessed with some certain abilities like filtering, unblocking people, right? I try to help you guys so that you guys can develop your own ability, right? And the only way to actually do that is unblock you, right? Because that's my best ability is to filter the negative energy and to unblock anything that's in you, right? Either it be trauma or some bad programming. That's what I do, right? So, but I can't do it myself, everything, right? So that's why I told TJ, please help me. So that's why he's willing to help me. And the funny thing is, like, like his title hasn't really changed. He basically is still the Oracle, right?
So the Oracle for a while.
Well, I pondered that, right? Like, why is he always called like the Oracle, right? But from what I know, his ability is actually needed also in the far future. So I think also they don't want to change that because I think his ability is to also foresee our future because, as you know, eventually when we do help Ryan, right? And I asked that question also recently too. What I found out, there are actually other people doing missions and stuff like that. And there's also other people that actually do time travel, believe it or not, because I want to know how does these other groups do time travel. So one of the things that they do, from what I know, like when they do a time travel mission, like not us, we're talking about to confirm that they made it successfully. What they do is when they travel back a little bit before the mission starts. Pretty crazy, right? And and the reason they do that is to tell themselves they made it. Pretty smart, right? So they travel back a little bit so that they say, you made it. Okay, do the mission. But from what I know, we use TJ, and TJ, he makes no mistakes. So you don't need to waste time. So cool, right? So what TJ does, he looks ahead and sees, oh, it's unsafe. Then don't do the mission. Why would you want to wait, right? And would you wait if, for example, you don't come back? Can you imagine? Oh, let's wait another 10 days. Then you're gonna wait. How long are you gonna wait, right? So that means that your mission is already not successful. So basically, we one up them. We have TJ, the Oracle. He can see into all futures.
Yes.
Pretty cool, eh? So we always need him. From what I know, if he is working for Orion, he is actually one of the main guys that will do basically a pre-jump to the future. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So let's continue. Let's find out who is ranked number 1. Okay. So I'm quite sure this will shock a lot of people. It shocked me. So I know it shocked you, but now this is how I found out who was number 1. Okay. Again, I asked our Angel Raziel. I ask him, I say, can you tell me who's number 1, number 2? So even now, I still don't know who's number 2. I'm still. So our Angel Raziel told me, I can't tell. So I say, you can't tell. I know you know, right? So because he's so high up, I'm quite sure there's ways to kind of block our reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I went one step higher than him. So now that I know I become the pre-creator, guess who we talk to?
Who?
We talk to him. So I asked him, I say, okay, so tell me who is number one, right? So he say, it's Raziel. And I go, bang. I kind of knew that was him because he did tell me before that he was very strong. He did say that because I think I remember him telling me the indicator was by the number of wings that they have. And he said, I think he said he had 3 wings.
Okay.
And I go, that's kind of weird, like 3
A third wing?
third wing. So that puzzled me. And that was back then. I knew not, and I know nothing about archangels, right? I'm from the heaven realm, but who studies that, right? So by telling me this, he's very modest, right? And I actually went online to see what people say, and the main one that came up was that Raziel, God is my mystery.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's an angel of Jewish mysticism and also of the Kabbalah of Judaism, who is the angel of secrets and the angel of mystery. See, so he does keep secrets. So it's right on.
Secrets.
But you can't keep the secret away from me. I mean, look at
Yeah,
me.
of course.
I'm
through people.
Well, I'm being sent down from the heaven realm to do all these things. I mean, that's the last guy that you want to hide things from, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the guy, I want to know everything now. Now I want to know everything now. I want to know who's who.
Yeah.
See? So I'm the guy that was skeptical. Now I want to know everything because they're trying to hide something. You can't hide from me. I'm the
knowledge is power.
Well, I'm going to become this pre-creator and I'm going to fast track now. See, people, they don't understand. I'm always the go-getter. I'm not like people that just sit on their butt, get a fat butt. You know what I mean?
You do energy work.
You know, I do energy work from like 10 years ago, nonstop. People don't understand how, not, just gung-ho. I'm like really into this. I really want to be like the best.
Yeah.
So people just know that I don't lie. Like, I'm trying to be like the best that I can be. And the only way that I can be is find all the truths, right? So now I found out that, all this thing has been hidden from me. I'm trying to discover it. I'm trying to let you guys know. And truth will empower you. Truth will move you forward like no other. Trust me.
Yeah.
When I learn all these things about myself, it's not about my ego. It's about, I just want to know. So nothing's going to be blocking me. I'm the greatest unblocker guy. That's what I do. I unblock people. I bring people's main ability out. So I can't be blocked, right? If you're trying to block me, right? Mm-hmm. I want to know. I want to know what's going on. That's why just recently all these things started happening. Teachers say, hey, there's this new guy, right? And then I talked to this new guy. I talked to him, and even he agreed that things are starting to happen, like really strong stuff. I asked him, and he said, it's going to happen, right? I'm not going to tell everybody what's going to happen, but he surprised me, right? So I'm not only on the right track, I'm like bullet train on the right track, right? While everybody else is on this 30 miles per hour little scooter that's going nowhere. That's going to get a flat tire, man. Like, seriously, I'm telling you guys what you guys should be doing, losing your negativity, losing your karma, and you guys just sit there and just listening in, and nothing's jarring you, right? I know it's not jarring you because why? We keep doing readings to say what's going on, right? What's going on with the humans, right? And it's always coming up like, they do nothing. I go, what? They do nothing? Right? Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to do the show to let you guys know you can't sit there and think that you're going to be in heaven or sit there and think that you're going to reincarnate. It could be your last life. Look, we did the 2 readings on these 2 special people, and we found out that one of them are going to be stuck in this reincarnation loop and this next life, this 5th life, because they do burn both ends of the candle. That's why they got 5 lives, right? Normal humans have 6 lives. That's why we know that these 2 not normal. And that's why I wanted to know, like, who are these guys? And then we did the reading, very careful readings. And they said they're not from here. They didn't originate from Earth. They come from the heaven realm, right? And heaven realm is actually in the 9th dimension. 9th dimension is actually not that high, right? Yeah. But I want you guys to know that when you go there, when you go back, it's like an eternity. I mean, it's sad that you have to come down and then lose that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So that's why it's sad for me. If both of you don't come to me, it's very sad. I'm letting you know it is the truth. I don't want to see this, right? But if you don't come to me, I can't do anything. I can't post this private information, right? But that's why I want both of you go and do readings by psychic and find out is the truth. Are you guys on your last life coming up? If it is, I'm offering you help, right? I might not even charge you. I'm telling you, right? And people know, some people I don't charge because I look into their soul, I do the reading, and I go, oh my God, I got to help you because you're like me. I don't want you stuck down here, right? But like I say, things happen, you know, and I think this is some glitch that you got stuck down here. And it's not going to be fun because when it's on your last life, I don't think anybody could help you then, right? And if you're going to say, hey, this is bullshit, well, let's see who's bullshitting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's that's serious stuff. Like when you come from a heaven realm to come down here, I feel you're like family, right? And if you don't believe me, that's disrespect number one. So if anybody know of these two special people, just let them know. Just let them know, because I don't want to see them lose their chance to return, right? Me, I'm going to return, but I'm going to be stronger, right? Because what I'm doing, I'm not going to lose my chance, but I want to ascend higher beyond the heaven realm to be like a pre-creator, to be the boss, right? To be the boss, to tell these other creators what you need to do, because by then I know I'm going to have time, but I probably won't have the ability to resurrect you if your soul fizzes out. Think about it. If your soul fizzes out, it's nothing, right? There's no energy to resurrect then, right? But now I have a power. I have a power to remove your blocks, soul merge you with some higher level souls so that you can stay around a bit, right? And maybe even assure that you go back to where you came from, which is the heaven realm, right? And even humans, right? There's something that I can help you with, right? Like if you're not happy with with only 6 lives, I can help you, right? But for the humans, I have to charge you because it's going to take me some time, right? It's going to take me some time to remove the blocks, remove the chakras, remove the trauma, and remove the bad programming, so then the body gets lighter and out of the 3D programming that stuck you into the reincarnation loop. You're stuck, trust me, right? When I did the 2 readings on the 2 special people, we found out they were stuck in the 3D body. They're still in the 3D body. Us, we're in an elevated body now. I'm in the 10D. Morgan, you're in the 9D, right?
Yeah.
You're in the 90s, see? So that's a higher level body, right? I mean, you can't see the difference, right? But high level energy healers like TJ, he can see. Even he said to me, hey, your soul color is red. And I go, you can see that? And then recently he would say, oh, it's a burning red. And I go, that powerful? He go, yeah, it's due to your mergers. And I go, oh, so it's not something that I'm making up. So
I
he
think
can see it.
sometimes the humans, like if you look into their eyes, sometimes their soul knows, but they can't. Sometimes their soul tries to tell them that information that you're a god, but they can't comprehend it. It's like, because they've got a soul. I think the soul is more in tune, but they can't reach them because of the dense 3D programs. I think almost. I don't know if you've encountered that where people can feel your energy, but they know something special, but they don't know what it is, but that's because they've got the programs.
Well, do you know what? My energy is so elevated now, I can sense right away the amount of blockage. Like the normal guy, it's just too much. I don't know how they could be even getting up each morning with all the...
It was hard for me before.
Well, do you know what? I can just right there take out all the blockage. That's how strong I got now.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is, I want them to experience, you're a human, right? Like, don't you want to experience no block? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, like no pain, no blockage, no bad programming. Then you're like purified. Then no bad outcome, right? Like what I found out was if your karma's high, your negativity high, you're going to attract bad outcome. Like you're going to be like the source of your own bad luck. And people, they don't know that. They can't see it, but I can feel it. I can see it in them. I mean, I'm turning into a TJ. Like I can just see, like when I talk to people and I'm right away, something comes into them, right? Oh, this guy's really blocked, or this guy's really sick, or I can feel that his energy is like wanting to jump out. Like he just want to leave the body. That's how bad his body is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the more I do this, the more I become like a TJ where like you can just see the guy's future, which is like no future. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
get that.
yeah, it's mind blowing, but that's why I'm telling the people they really should look at energy healing. I'm not talking about the low level guys, right? I'm talking about, people that can do the healing and do readings. That's what we do. We do, I mean, we've been doing readings for like 10 years, right? And
Yeah.
I've been like monitoring you guys. See what I'm saying? And that's why we do that extinction prevention, which is actually energy work. So I'll tell guys a little about that, okay? So as you know, Morgan has been doing this for like 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years, yeah.
Almost 3 years. Okay, so basically after you got your chakras taken out and then the shoulder chakras and then you had the meridians also taken out, then you basically have no blockages, right? But you still have some bad programmings. And I also was able, well, basically what I do is I'm able to basically pull those bad programs out. That's what I do. It's the same thing as unblocking you from, those chakras, right? But I can also pull, basically I'm the filter guy. I can go in there, clean you up. You know what I mean? It's not like a 10-minute oil change, right? But it's similar, basically. I go in there, I look, right? And basically, I found out I'm actually connecting to your soul, right? I know sounds kind of out there, sounds kind of funky, right? Like, oh, this guy connect to my soul. But that's what I do. Like, when I connect with you, my head starts clicking. It says, I am connected.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
You feel that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I do. I connect to your system. I look inside, and it was just only recently when I was working with this other client of mine, right? And I felt there was like really negative suicidal thoughts, right? Like, how do you know that, KL, right? Because I see it. And I go, do you have suicide thoughts? And the guy go, yeah. And then I go, oh, I found where it is, and I just like pull it out. And then he go, hey, what did you do? And I go, why? What do you see? He said, I saw that thing put on legs and just run out. And I go, okay, that's a weird analogy, right? But basically, that's what I do. Like, I basically provoke these entities. I provoke these demons, these attachments, so they leave, right? Because if they stay too long, they get vaporized. That's my ability because of my divine machinery. And people, I know what they're going to think. No such thing as divine. Like, where did that come from, right? Because I'll let you know, Jesus had it. When he came down, he had the same thing as me. Because it's the tools that we give it. Well, basically not really. We actually have it like when you're like spawned from, the divine father, right? Like I'm part of him. I am part of his soul,
Yeah.
So when you split that, you're going to have the same ability, this divine ability thing to actually vaporize demons, right? And not saying that right now that I'm a match for like Lucifer or Satan, right? I'm not there yet, but all the signs point to it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like,
it's possible.
yeah, and I know Morgan, it's possible for you too, because I'm gonna let you guys know that when we do these energy work after you have all these things taken out, right? Like I take them out, right? Then what we've been doing is transferring the soul energy that are from your parallel earth souls. So basically anything that's like a major split, they become parallel earths, right? And because we are prime earth, luckily, right? We can take the soul energy because they don't need it, right? Because why? Because the parallel earth could be a very negative split. And that's why the contractors chose me, because what I was able to do is prevent parallel earth splits. And I didn't know this until recently, I was told I was able to even vaporize the parallel earths. And I go, wow, that's a crazy ability. And another new guy popped out. He just say, oh, there's another guy. And I go, who's it now? Funny, right? Like, who's that? And he say, oh, he calls himself the D creator. And I go, what's a D creator, right? And it's basically, you know how like you can be like a healer, right? And the opposite, right? But it's not like I'm a bad guy, right? Basically what the D creator do is exactly what a D creator do. He could disassemble things, like vaporize matter, right? So that's why the contractor group is going to be contacting me very soon. Then that's what the pre-creator said. And I go, soon? Like how soon? But he won't tell me, right? Because I'm still a little bit scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be physical contact with like your future self, because basically what it is, the contractor number 20 is me. In the not too distant future, I'm guessing now, I'm really not sure, right? I'm guessing maybe a year from now, or maybe less. because from what I know, the pre-creator, he told me the truth. He says soon, but I know my idea soon is like very soon. It's like maybe a month or so, right?
Yeah.
So it's all coming into like really fast, right? And then he's saying that, why? Because number 20 is going to be also the last contractor, is because after that, they don't need another guy, because basically I stopped the splits from happening from the timeline. I stopped it. So why would you need to train more when you're the last guy that stops it, right? And that's why number 20, he's me. He's going to come back to the younger guy. So can you imagine the older guy training the younger guy? That doesn't even happen. That's a strict paradox. That's a paradox that will blow everybody's brain apart. Like, that doesn't happen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you see it in the movies, but can you actually experience it in real life? Well, that's something that I'm going to be like experiencing very soon, because he said it's going to be soon. So that's why I'm a little bit scared, because I know there's like a paradox. Don't touch your future self. Don't touch your past self, right? You can't intermingle with the far future, right? Like, what are the consequences, right?
Yeah.
So I will find out. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to find out. And, I'm all about experiencing, but that would be like the most, I would say, out there experience. I mean, people think that like, oh, I see a ghost. I mean, come on. I see stuff like that every day. It doesn't scare me, right? But I'm talking about a physical thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Wouldn't that like shock you to have your future self say, hey, let's go? And I'm going to go where? In time? Like, where are we going to go, right? But from what I know, he has a technology that is like given to him from these contractors. They have like soul transfer. They have time travel. They have also, what do you call it? Parallel earth travel. Like, that will blow my mind, right? So, and also some of this healing thing, the healing technology, but the soul transfer is very amazing. I mean, how are you going to get something like that, right? But he says specifically they have to soul transfer. And from what I know, the contractor number 20 actually gives some of these technology over to, guess who? Great-grandson Ryan, to have him, back engineer it, and also, from what I know, also make patents, so that he's going to be very, very well-to-do, right? And he's going to be helped by actually CEO Andy to, so basically he wants to venture on his own. So he doesn't want to work forever for the government, right? So I think he's going to be kind of like a Elon Musk. Musk, give me a call, because you're needing help too, right? And I told that last show about Elon having really high negativity, like 30%, right? I mean, come on, that's not good for your health. Like, come on, like, that's going to eventually affect your health. That's going to affect bad outcomes, right? I mean, look at what's happening now, right? I mean, come on, contact me. You know who I am. I worked for your company once. Louis. I mean, come on, do your search. I mean, seriously, you're a billionaire. You want to keep your level of status, your level of income. You need to talk to us. We know the future. I know, sounds weird, but we know the future. But let's see how people play it, right? And I'm the guy that always say it's free will. When I started doing this, there was like so many people that came to me. They go, oh, Lou, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the chakra removal, right? And those people that like so hyped up, they forget, right? And if you contact me like a year or two later, I'm going to forget. And then I'm going to think it's spam. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, who you say that you talked to me a year ago? Like, who are you? I don't remember, right? That's like far. You know how many clients I have? Like, seriously, right? But if you're like Elon, or if you're like a Keanu, right? Oh, I will help you. I would try my best to help you, move you forward, right? So that's what I do, right? And I'm helping CEOs right now. So I'm not like, I don't need your money, but I'm saying if you really want help, you help me. Obviously, I'm going to help you, Elon. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I put it out there, but don't wait forever. Don't wait a year. A year, I'm going to forget. Well, a year later, I'm going to go, Elon, who? I mean, seriously, like a year later, I'm not going to remember this, right? It's going to be like a faint little, side note, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, and by then, I think it'll be like too late. I mean, come on, 30% negativity, right? So, so let's continue. So the other thing, we're also sending to the Ascendant member the parallel Earth activated souls DNA strands. So basically grab everything from them, because if there are like what I'm thinking, if there's a chance that they evolve to be very, very high level, we take that too. See what I'm saying? So we take the high level DNA strands, which is okay because they're splits of us anyways. Am I right?
Yeah.
So that's why we take it. And
Only the good
because,
energy.
well, because the parallel Earth, eventually I have to deal with them. So it's best to just take it all now, right? And the other energy that our group is taking is actually the day one source creation energy.
Yeah.
So that's definitely really powerful. And who does that? That's actually, we tell the Oracle. So that's TJ in the far future to do that. So he opens portals. That's his main power. And that's not it. We also do the sun energy. We've been transferring the energy of the sun because we found out that energy is really high level. It really empowers you, but we don't take in any of the radiation. That's what, and AI does that because he's able to tweet it to a very good level, safe level. And well, we're still not done yet. The other thing that we also do in the extinction prevention is to transfer our future consciousness into our younger self. Yeah, that's really out there, but we tell AI to do it and he says yes. So basically, if we don't exist, then it would be not a successful energy transfer, right? But he always says yes. So we go into the far future. We talk about currently into the 42,000 year.
Yeah.
So that's far. That's really far, but we always do things that is like not normal, because normal is like people watching Netflix. You know, people doing nothing. Yeah. We always go beyond, like way beyond. So why? Because we found out from our meetings that evolution happens every couple thousand years, right? So if we evolve and we're still around, what we do is we take that consciousness and transfer into us. I mean, it's basically kind of like a spark to your soul. Like basically you also have glimpses of the far future, right? And it trickles backwards. That's basically why we do that.
Yeah, it's like their knowledge, consciousness is like what you kept after your soul went to heaven. You still have your consciousness. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
I would like to merge with consciousness with the old gods as well and see how that would change me. So I'm going to be experimenting as well. That'd be cool.
Well, we're going to talk about more of your techniques next, but we're still not done yet. We got two more things. So the other two more things that we do is we also ground you guys to your feed portal. So basically what AI does, he's actually making feed portals so that you can purge all the negativity and karma into the ground. So basically Gaia takes a lot of that energy in for us. And finally, now this is really out there, we've been actually taking the soul energy from the void for a lot of, I would say, the remaining energy, because that's what we can do, because we've actually taken over the void, right? So I'm not going to tell more about that because that's kind of like our kind of like secret thing that we've been doing. So
it does feel amazing.
That's very amazing, right?
A lot of energy from that. And it's only energy.
Well, that's energy that, you know, I wanted to use all along because we need to ascend, right? Like if the humans don't want to ascend, then we're going to take it. That's what I'm saying, right? So, and the reading said that too, right? That who was the group that made it, right? And it's always like TJ would give me an answer and I would go, our group? Like, doesn't make sense. There's so many groups down here. Am I right? Why would it be our group? And then I found out, it makes sense that I unblock you guys, right? And then I did the soul merger. I mean, who does that? I would say nobody does that because they don't know our technique and they're not connected divinely, right? You have to be connected divinely or else you'll be working for the other guy, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of you working with the other guy, good luck. Because you're not going to get nothing out of it. Because why? We do readings and we say, who made it? Like anybody made it? Nobody made it. Yeah. So we made it. And I think we're pretty happy about that, right? I mean, that took some time. It took me 10 years, but for you, like you did a lot of shortcuts. So Morgan, tell us a little bit about your soul merger. I mean, you don't have to tell them your secret, but give a little bit of how accelerated now in getting your mergers done. Like it's really fast now, right? Like previously, that first time, that took some time. Yeah.
If I use that frequency to do it, I can't listen over more than 7 minutes, so I get fatigued because I got a frequency booster. And usually when I use a beat to merge, I feel the soul go in me like that,
Yeah.
like just shoot into me, which before maybe 15 minutes, I would feel that. But now it's like, I don't know, my energy just pulls them in, but when I have the frequency on, so it's really powerful. It takes less time. I was also thinking of this would be amazing because Eros emerged with, he actually has wings. So I don't know if I could be like, get astral wings as well, because that would be cool, because I know a lot of the divine beings, like even the Father doesn't have wings. And I think TJ said that you can't develop angelic wings, it's just angels have it. So that would be like I've been having dreams that last night even that I could fly.
Oh.
And that was really cool. Like I mentally pushed the ground with my mind, and I was levitating and stuff in my dream, and I was very happy because that's always the superpower I wanted since I was a kid, was to fly.
Oh,
Mhm.
you had flying dreams too? I had quite a few.
Yeah.
I had quite a few.
There's a psychological thing about it meaning success, which
Oh,
is interesting. Yeah,
that's
and I really enjoyed those dreams.
well, that's kind of like what I've been having, like, but not recently. But you've been having that recently. I had it like way back,
Yeah,
like
I've
flying
had
dreams,
some
right?
a while
Oh,
ago. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's
So that'd be.
almost like same thing as you, kind of like have wings, right? You're like checking on your wings, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. Okay, let's see if my wings they're okay. Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
like, that's weird. Oh, that is like really weird.
Yeah.
Well,
I got some information, I don't know, from I don't know, like my consciousness or something, but I think another shortcut I was doing individual methods to get certain abilities and pull them from my soul, from the merges, because you want the powers to affect the real world, right? Not just have them in your soul. So you can do extra energy work to bring that out. And I thought, wait, if the Kundalini, if that energy contains all the powers like we have, then wouldn't it make sense for me to take the Kundalini of the deity? So I might try and see if that's a shortcut where I can have all their abilities come out rather than pick each one and having to, get less channeled information. So maybe that'll work. So I'll experiment with that. And maybe that'll be a shortcut for me, but a safe one, because sometimes, don't take a shortcut if it harms you. But they're all safe methods.
yeah, I'm gonna see when I can contact TJ to maybe do a scan on you to see if you do have some astral wings, which I wouldn't doubt is possible because
I think I'd have to do energy work first because it's Eros and Cupid that have wings, so maybe, and I merged with both of them.
yeah, because I know TJ gave you some frequencies to help boost you. Maybe he could find you one to actually create astral wings. What about that?
That'd be awesome, yeah.
Then you would be like a one-off, really,
Yeah.
really supernatural guy. You know what I mean? Look at this guy. He's got wings and he's a god. It's like, okay, gods don't have wings. You know, that's angel, right? He's angel god.
Yeah, that'd be cool because I know I was very sad when most gods don't have it. And it
Yeah.
makes sense because the Greek gods, even Zeus, didn't have wings, so it's only Eros, which is weird, but cool.
Yeah, like you would think that they'll be able to fly around, right? That's an easy way to go from one place to the other, right? So
Yeah.
we'll have to find out. I'll have to ask maybe because now there's like so many of me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just saying which one pre-creator, the pre-creator, the blood general, the subatomic blood general, the D-creator. The contract. I mean, come on, what's going on, guys? I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're looking at 2023. I didn't have that many, right?
Yeah.
Previously, like 2022, and also 2023 came, and I go, who's this guy now, right? Like TJ say, oh, this is one guy, and then there's another guy, and then there's another guy, and then after I merge with like my soul, there's like a big difference, right? It's like I feel more emotional, I feel more energetic. I mean, look at what I sound like. I sound like I'm gonna blow up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I'm so energetic. People, you guys don't understand. You guys just don't understand that we're really reaching for the stars, and you guys are staying down here. Like, why? I'm like scratching my head. Like, why you guys want to stay down here? There's nothing to see here. It's like it's like so low in energy, and there's no good things coming. Like, don't you want to reach the stars?
Yeah.
That's what's happening to us. Like, we're evolving, we're getting stronger. You know, people are contacting us from the future. Like, don't you want that?
Yeah.
Or you just want to sit down, play your video game, watch your Netflix, fall asleep? I mean, what type of life is that? I mean, it may be good that you get 6 lives instead of 5 lives, right? But that's a boring 6 lives. Like, how boring is your 6th life, right? I mean, we guys do it all in one life. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm here from the heaven realm. This is my first life on earth. And look how advanced I am. I'm telling you guys all this stuff, and you guys are ignoring us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, wake up. I'm telling you guys to wake up.
Wake up.
Do your research, listen to my binaural beats, and wake up. Like, just have your soul wake up, jump up, right? And then you'll know, right? Or come to our forum, right? And listen to our talk shows. We have more talk shows coming up, and I'm going to talk about more about all these other, you know, elders that came to Earth, right? And I'm going to do our research too. So it's not like I don't do my research, right? So if you guys want to know about something, write to us, right? Write to us. Morgan, you're always available on the forum, right?
Yeah, I love helping out people that have a strong interest in Ascension, and most of the people that join and stay in the farm are really lovely and look really open-hearted, and I'll generally answer questions there. I'm quite busy in my personal life. I had one person message me every day, but they totally respect my privacy now, and I help them out more in the forum, and it's all good. So yeah, I'll help when I can. Like, I'm there every day anyway, you know, because I have to check on the updates as well, like anyone else. So yeah, I'm happy to help.
Yeah, and
I
you
also post my feedback there as well, so that might be useful to people.
Yeah, and you also doing some other music on YouTube, right? Tell them about that.
I've got I changed it to Pantastic, which is named after the god Pan, which I merged with. I really liked him, and I'm going to do a Bible series soon. I did a song like last year during lockdown. You know, it was quite a sad time. It was called Isaiah, and it was about they say it's not about the devil, but it's one of the only passages in the Bible that mentions the name Lucifer. And so it's about his fall. So I started it off like very angelic sounding, and then it becomes quite dark. So I'm trying to do that as a dedication to the Divine Father by doing music for parts of the Bible. So that'll be very cool. A challenge for me as well, but a fun one. So yeah, I tend to it's like alternative rock is the kind of genre. So it's like a blend, like I like so many genres of music, so I merge them together, like soul mergers, yeah. So people
that's
might like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you're doing soul mergers and music mergers now.
yeah, I know. But see, I know Luca on the forum, he really liked my music, and he could have said it was rubbish, but he didn't. He said he really liked it, so that was nice of him. So yeah, check that out.
Yeah, I'll post your links on our new talk shows, Morgan, so to let the people know. And for me, you guys can check out my website on awaken2012.com, so you can imagine how long it's been, that website. But right now, I have some new affiliate companies that are like helping us out, so check that out. I have Dell, Persky, and even Dr. Ho, and JBL is on my website. So guys, there's links there, discounted prices there. Go ahead and go for it, because I'm trying to help you guys out, get some better pricing on your computer stuff and on your healing stuff. So come to my website. There's a lot of stuff there. I also give away some free beats there, and you can see the links there of where all my work is, right? And on YouTube, I don't post everything now because they took away some of my monetization. So I was thinking, well, you guys are not helping me out, so I'm going to post most of the stuff back on Facebook. So go check me there, but I'll post the links. So do look at our links, go do some shopping, because we need your help. We're trying to bring you new contact, and this takes time. This is taking our time. And so please come visit our sites there to bring some more views, because we need your views. So do come. And when you're done, come back, because on next show we're gonna have one of the oldest ascendants, one of our oldest member. His name goes by Apotheosis, right?
Apotheosis, yeah. I think it's like the the culmination of spirituality.
Well, he's been around for quite a while, and he's done quite a lot of things, and
He's done
yes,
a lot of soul mergers too, so we can ask
yes.
him about that.
Yes, so we're gonna ask him about that. So if you guys can listen into to the next show, you're gonna be also mind blown. Mind blown from a lot of this information because it's trying to awaken you guys. I want you guys to awaken, not sit there, right? Because sitting there does nothing, right? You're just being a spectator. Spectator doesn't get all the glory, right? I don't want you to get all the glory, and I was surprised that we get all the glory, right? Like I don't want that. I want to share and care.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
we don't want
that's
to
true.
be alone.
I mean, where am I from? I'm from the heaven realm. I mean, now I found out I've always been like that, caring and sharing. So if you guys have the same type of feelings, come on to the forum. Say something. Give some questions, right? Because that's the only way to make your soul evolve, right? And maybe that will extend your soul life so that you can be around, right? So there you go, guys. So I think that's it, Morgan. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for listening, everyone, and join the forum because we can. We're real people. We can answer you if we have time. So if you have any questions, and there's stuff about the fallen angels and Buddha, Jesus, Ascension, chakras, what each of them do. So you'll get all the great information that is being hidden from you. So you'll really like it.
Yes, so come to the forum, but when you do come to the forum, just make sure make sure you do introduce yourself first. We want at least your first real name. Like, don't make it all aliases, because then we don't know who you are. Like, if you say you are some sort of whatever, and we don't even know what your real first name is, we're going to get confused because you're going to start changing your handle around, right? Then we don't know who you are. Then we're thinking that this is spam, right?
Yeah.
Or some sort of troll. And that's not good. You know what I mean? Like, we want real people. So tell us about your experiences, anything, in your life, right? That you want to talk about, go for it. And we're here to help. Like, we're not going to charge you for that. See what I'm saying? But be mindful, be respectful, right? Because we're real people, right? And what we do is real. It's not something made up. We don't come to just make things up, to make stories. No, this is real stuff that can help you, grow spiritually, right? And spiritually, we found out is your soul. You want to extend the soul. Basically, that's what we're doing. We're going to extend your soul life. Yeah. And hopefully that will help you ascend to become a better being, a better person, right? So there you go. We hope you do come. Check us out on the new shows. And I think that's it, Morgan. I will see you guys in the next show.
See you in the next show, guys. Bye. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Bye now.